this will be a very good place to start if I can take the reins.
For sure, go for it. You just started.
So
It's a podcast, baby. We start whenever we want.
Ryley's just leaving. We can't talk about him until. Okay, so the thing about Ryley is, so he's perfectionist. But I also read that's one of the first things I read about you guys was perfectionist. Was I think one of the first words used. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
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 To a fault, maybe.
Definitely to a fault. I feel like we throw away a lot of like perfectly fine demos because it doesn't hit every single note that we like need to hit, which I think brings it to a fault.
Yeah, I think like even this tour is like we started out with it. Like I remember like even our first show, us playing and like going back and being like, oh, we didn't do this, or this, and like there's one thing we just had a lot of talks with the Ruffians about it, just being like, take it easy, like come on, like no one's gonna like notice every little thing about like things you messed up or like notes you flubbed, and we just like made us have a way more fun tour because we just were not sweating the little shit.
Boy, do we flub a lot.
So
Oh my
started
God,
out as perfectionists,
Yeah.
and now we're kind of like
the
close
belt
to
a
the
little
end
bit.
of the tour, right? It's
Yeah, we get back and we record our record, and they're like, these guys fell off. They should really stop giving a shit.
they were really good. I thought they were going places, but yeah, they just kind of stopped carried.
And you do have an engineer in the band, right? You're the engineer?
Well, like these three,
Okay.
I'd say 3 engineers. One, I'm gonna say professional engineer, and then you guys aren't professionals. Fuck.
Okay.
Just kidding. Dabble.
Just hits the drums.
I wouldn't call myself a professional either, but
I mean, even within our
Experienced.
our tour so far, we've already like cut some stuff that we started doing in tour, and we're like, that's not good enough. So like, it's
Okay, that's not good enough. What are some of the things that have been cut?
songs you'll never hear.
Is
Right.
that yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I've been looking forward to this interview because it's different in that there's hardly any information about you guys, right? Which is nice for us because we don't have a laundry list of things to refer to. But I was shocked to reading that article. You guys shelved a full record?
Yeah, it was a 4-track EP. We ended up using Spitting Image was from that EP.
Okay.
But yeah, due to the pandemic, like we recorded it literally like the March or February
2020?
2020.
Yeah.
And we were just like, we're at the point that we were like, okay, we just need to put something out. Like, because again, we would always sit on something because we wanted to do it perfectly. And we're like, okay, let's get over it. We're just going to drop it. We're going to see where it goes. And then Noah from Wavy Haze was like, hey, like maybe don't drop those things yet.
Yeah.
And then we just sat on those for so long that we're like, we can do better. And then just at home, we recorded another 3 songs, and we're like, I don't know.
How long
that's
had you
the
guys
EP.
been together to get to that point where you had those songs?
So we in like 2018, 2017, the first practice.
When did COVID start?
2020, March 2020.
So we had one practice like a long time ago. It went great. We left the session saying like, this is perfect. Let's start this band. And then we waited a whole year to start doing something.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about it. We were just like, yep, I don't know, just disappeared. And then we started again in 2019.
That summer.
That summer.
And what's the origin story of it? Like, are you guys all from the same town? How did everything come together?
Yeah, the 3 of us all come from Whitby. Cole's from Cambridge, but these 3 guys were all in MIA at Fanshawe. I don't know if you guys know that program, but
I failed out of Fanshawe.
Same, brother.
Did you make it a full 6 months?
Yeah, I was started second year.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Depression hit me like a brick.
Yeah.
Stayed in my bedroom.
On campus?
Oh yeah. No. Just off campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But we've all been in bands. Like it's kind of this we were a part of this music scene that was filled with a whole bunch of different bands that we would all hop in and play on. Like we were all a part of this one band. Like well, the three of us were in Glassface for a bit. We've been in multiple bands: Small Town Lungs, Common Age, Map of, a bunch of different bands together over the past like decade. Corey's been writing the demos for this project though for a long time. It's kind of been like always
Probably
Corey's
10
influence.
years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Corey's kind of influenced all the other projects that we've been in with the energy that Sham Family has. Kind of he brought that to a bunch of other bands that we've been in, and yeah, I don't know. A few years ago, I think we all just started leaning more in this direction, and we were like, okay, let's try it out.
And then a pandemic comes along and says, "Bam! No, you're not."
yeah.
We played our first show like that same month, that same February, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, "Oh, this is the best."
Yeah.
We played like a sweaty basement house show, and a bunch of kids there just having a great time, and like I can't wait to do this again. And then it just like stopped us right in our tracks. We're like, shit. And it was like obviously, what the hell do we do? And
Yeah.
it sucked. But it ended up just like being a more time to focus on writing better songs and then eventually crafting the EP. So
And again, what better time to be perfectionist about it when you've got
yeah,
a lot of
nothing
time
but
to
time.
make sure
Yeah.
that
like,
it's
it's probably not a good time to release anything right
Yeah.
now. So.
Yeah.
The roads are closed anyways. So,
Yeah. So as cheesy as it sounds, like it truly was like a blessing in disguise to have time to reflect on what our game plan was,
Yeah.
what our like the manifesto of the band, I guess. Like what it set us in a good direction, having time alone in our rooms for 2 years.
And from that, you put out that EP, which was just the beginning of the year, right? You've
Yeah.
been dropping. Was This Blue Mob the first single?
It was.
Yeah. Fuck. First time I heard that, I was hooked. You guys listen to Ice Age? You Ice Age fans?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What does it show?
the 8 movies. Yeah, there was something about it that really brought me back to like earlier Ice Age, which big time hit for me.
Plowing the Fields was a very important record.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. But that EP is fucking killer. I'm still curious about the 3 songs that were shelved. Are they on stage tonight? Do you still have them in your repertoire, or
No, we don't play them.
like you're done? Those songs, like
That's it.
they're gone.
That's
They
it.
set sail.
They're gone.
Yeah, we also have other like fully because we record pretty much all of our shit in our rehearsal space. Like we
Okay.
used to do it at the Geary Rehearsal Factory in Toronto, and
That's
now
the
we
one-
do it. Yeah,
Is that the one that shut down?
yeah. So it
Yeah.
shut down. Yeah, what was it like? Probably 3 months ago.
Yeah.
We moved to a space just up the street, and we've been like recording a bit there. But like we've recorded so many songs till they're like fully completed. They're like just not mastered because we're not ready to put this out.
Right.
And then there's been more than just those 3 that have been shelved for sure. But we are, it is starting to change. You made a really good point about how like even with this tour, it's like we'll go a few shows without being like, oh, we need to change this thing, which I don't think has ever happened in any of our lives. Like to go one show without being like, oh, this thing is a problem is
Great for my mental health, I think.
yeah.
And those problems, are they always like realistic, reasonable?
No.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's why it's better for your mental health.
Yeah.
I can solve them.
Yeah. Like we'll change like again, we cut off a whole song just so we could jam on other songs for longer. And like I don't know.
I'm already picturing, just knowing the perfectionism is already just kind of dropping a little bit more at a time. The 10th anniversary of this EP or album, whatever, those songs are going to see the light of day in 10 years. You guys are going to mellow right out, and you're going to be like, no, I think we could probably, maybe.
Very
deluxe,
possibly.
a deluxe reissue
Or the
of
deluxe
the record.
Electronic
Like,
remixes.
sure.
Yeah.
20 demos that have all been. It'll be like a 3-hour
It'll be
EP.
the Japan release.
Yeah. Totally. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Oh, it's super excited. And I can only imagine you guys sit on this for 2 years, and with those other bands and projects that you were involved in before, did you tour those at all? Like,
90% of our time, I think, as musicians, has been spent like in the lab, has been
Right.
like writing, making demos, practicing way too much. Like we did whole weekends, most weekends of the year for like a couple years with projects we were in. So we do Friday to Sunday every weekend, like partners hated it.
Yeah.
We like if you had tickets to a music festival, you would have to not go. Like I remember there was a lot of fights where it was like when we didn't even have shows lined up, we were just like, we have to rehearse. So there's a lot of that. Yeah.
A bunch of
Sure,
nerds.
you're rehearsing for the tour that's not going to happen.
I mean, there was a lot of beer drinking.
So this is the first experience as the four of you hitting the road, and
I would say like
As the four of us,
yeah.
yeah, like we meet Zach, Corey, and I toured in another band a few years ago, and that was like our first like experience touring outside of Ontario.
and
think
had
it's
you
a
done the
hit Red
States?
Gear with
Was this
that,
the
though,
first time
ain't
for you guys going through and touring and playing in the U.S.?
No, second time, but like I don't know. The last time we did U.S. shows with another band, it was like I don't know, like a handful, like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we dipped our toes into the
We
States.
dipped our toes in, but we didn't get to see all the states we saw this time, which was
No waving
ride.
cacti.
No waving
No.
cacti.
seriously. We just like dipped into the Midwest a bit in like New York, but
Sorry, were you gonna finish something?
no, you got it. You got it.
Well, just a different vibe too, because I think that was like ambient folk music, and we would be like very like it was very strategic. Like our performances were like there's a lot of looping and sampling and like stuff like that. As to where now it's like by the end of the show, like someone's guitar is broken in some way. There's like
Why'd you look at me after you said that?
there's like somebody's guitar is fucked again.
Something's gonna break tonight. I know. It's
Yeah.
broken every night.
Yeah. Yeah, like new blood on like the drums, and like it's like every night I think we try to give it our all, which is more exhausting but also more rewarding. So it's been a way more emotional experience, I think, touring like with Sham Fam.
How many shows on this tour have you done so far? Do you know? Like rough estimate?
Yeah, we've done how many do we have left on this tour? Tonight we have 4. So we've done 15 on the western leg.
Yeah.
As a 19 show leg.
There's also the Ontario show.
Yeah, well, so 15 on the western leg. We did 14 on the East Coast before, and then we had 7 shows in Toronto. So that is like in total, I think it's like 46 shows.
So 46. How's your performance
46.
anxiety? 46 shows in.
It's so weird. I had like fully conquered it. Like I spent the first half of the tour being like, it's actually gone. Like because it used to be really bad, like lay down on the stage bad. And then it totally disappeared. And then at the start of this leg of the tour, I start to get this. Should I admit this on?
We can cut this out.
I puke before a lot of sets now.
Yeah.
They're shocking. Like it's never been like an anxiety thing for me before.
And that helps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's again terrible to admit, but it's not like I can help it.
You have to preface it. It's
the
not.
start
It's
of,
not an intentional thing.
No,
You have to
I'm not.
mention
I'm
it.
not pulling trig.
I was going to ask, yes, do you need to help it along, or it
No,
just,
no,
it
no,
just
no.
happens?
It just
It
happened.
hasn't happened while on stage yet?
No, the last time it happened.
Yeah.
Again, I shouldn't maybe admit this on camera, but the last time it happened, it came out. It was at the rickshaw, and I was
Vancouver.
just going pee in the green room, and all of a sudden it just hit me, midstream,
Holy shit, dude.
midstream.
Oh my God. So it's like an instant reaction.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So it's volatile.
Crazy. That's I
New
mean,
technique.
if it works though.
It does. I don't know. I first thought it was because I was eating Italian sandwiches before both shows that I puked at, so I avoided.
What you did tonight as well, right?
I know. I realized after I had it. So
That's sweet muffaletta.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
And when was the first time you guys witnessed this little pre-show ritual?
It was in Toronto, not on this tour, but we opened for Weird Nightmare, and yeah, that was the first time it happened. And he's like, "I just got to puke," and he did. I was like, "That's weird."
Just happens, dude.
That's the first time with the puking, but there was one time like 5 years ago where you like pretty much passed out like in the van before a London show.
That was
Yeah.
again because of the intensity of practices. We had to make sure we booked a 3 a.m. practice the night before.
It was the only time
Wow.
slot available at the
so we were all so sleep
school,
deprived.
yeah.
It
Holy
was
shit.
miserable
yeah
because we all had like 2-hour sleeps before that show.
yeah.
Hands down the worst show I think I've ever played in my life.
because we booked a practice to try, and it was a terrible idea.
Try and make it a better show.
So that's why we don't practice
We're
anymore.
learning our
Yeah.
lessons, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like dedication is not an issue with you guys.
To a fault.
Well, so and then what do you like? Have you the three of you developed a routine on your own end to try and help Corey out a little bit, or is it just like he's just got to do his thing?
They rub my back for me.
Yeah.
He doesn't really
Hold his
need
hair back
like
if he had no-
he
there's
takes
too
it in
much.
stride.
Right.
I think like he pukes and he's like, "Fuck yeah!" Like like it's I don't know. You're not like, yeah. I don't think we ever worry about you.
No, you just kind of do your thing. Just let you do your little puke, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've talked about a lot on this tour about like fighting the show anxieties and like fighting like issues in the show or whatever. Like, and like, I don't know if you're coming into like a bad set or like a bad audience, like your only job up there is to fight that show.
Yeah.
And like 99% of the time you win. Obviously there's some lost battles, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything changes the second you get on stage to just like, whether you just shut your eyes, stare at the lights, go blind. I don't know.
Yeah, just like put your ears like up to the monitor or some shit. Like what? Yeah, put your face against your amp and feel the vibration. Or yeah.
And is it just
Whatever.
the performance that causes it, or is there anything else about touring, the travel, any of that kind of stuff is all fine? It's just
Love that.
You guys are having
Love
a
it.
it's
blast
just
with
the
that.
actual
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah.
Maybe my snoring.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm glad he said it.
Because I noticed there was one of the photo dumps you guys had. There was a slide of a caravan. I don't know if it's a caravan you have now. That smoke is just.
Oh,
I
no.
almost thought like, is there something wrong with the van? Or are they just testing out like a fog machine? Because that's a lot of smoke pouring out of this thing.
Okay, so
spot.
that van, we were looking for a tour van. We decided Grand Caravan was the best. None of us know a goddamn thing about cars. So me and Zach go out and we find this
pretend to.
car. Yeah, that's the thing is we go out to this car and we're like $6,000. That's pretty great. Zach's like underneath the van, like knocking on things. And I'm like, I know he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I don't know, the guy seemed like an honest guy. And
Yeah, in retrospect, he didn't. He didn't. seem
yeah,
like an honest
yeah.
That's, we'll have the
we saw-
narrator come in and say that indeed was a lie.
Yeah, the second we gave him the money, how fast he counted it, we're like, oh, like that was
Oh,
bad.
no.
We
It was like a cash
complimented. We
machine.
complimented how fast he counted the money. It was like, like, yeah, it was like you're taking out
It
cash
was a
or some
cash
shit.
machine.
Yeah, and we were like, yeah, we were just like, wow, nice trick. And it's like maybe that was a bad.
So we drove it home, and then we were gonna take it to the shop a couple days later, just to make sure everything was good. We had to get it safetied because he didn't get it safetied. Saying it out loud again, I'm like, God.
In retrospect, yeah, sure.
He didn't have the time. He's a busy guy.
Transmission was fully gone. The second you took it over 100, it was out.
Oh no.
We paid another $5,000 in repairs to take it on the road. And then the first stretch of the tour, we hit fourth day, we hit Philly, and the thermometer casing in the van broke. And so we were staying in like this really sketchy part of New Jersey across the river. And we were on the way there. It was like 2 a.m. And the smoke just started. And it was a Saturday night, so all the shops are closed on Sundays. We had it took us we found a shop that did happen to be open on the Sunday, but it took us 2 hours to drive like a mile or like 2 miles because we would start it, wait till it started smoking again, stop, wait a couple minutes, let it cool down, open the hood.
Get a mile. We
Yeah.
get half a mile.
Yeah, no, we'd get
have to wait,
0.3
like-
miles.
And then you have to wait 20 minutes for the engine to cool down.
Oh my god.
This wasn't a classic case where you could just piss in the radiator. I thought that's all you. Isn't that
Poured cans of liquid death in the radiator, but
okay?
You know, it didn't actually end up costing us too much, but after we'd went through, and then all of a sudden when it started fucking pouring out smoke, it was just like we assumed it was like, oh, there's gonna be another $5,000, like, or you know.
And poor Cole, he was the DD that night, and so the rest of us were like,
Holy shit. All these guys were fucking lit up too. They were so drunk.
It was
Everybody's
a
like-
great night.
It was a very good show, and I was the only sober one. And like the van's on fire, and these guys are like, "Well, I don't know what to do."
Come on,
It was
I was helping.
You did good, but you were drunk as hell. So it was just like so stressful.
Couldn't understand me.
It was a goddamn
I'm
nightmare.
also putting out a disclaimer that in that video that we put on Instagram, I've had so many people say to me that I hopped out of the van with a beer in my hand, and it looks like it in the video, and it's my water bottle, my like dark water bottle. So I'm just saying it. It's out there. Wasn't a beer. We're responsible.
Keep asking Cole if we could crush beers on the side of the highway while we waited to figure out what was going on.
Sure,
and
like,
he was
yeah.
not having it.
like good adults on the side
It's
of the highway.
America, isn't that?
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
We're in a very scary part of Jersey. We just needed a beer. We needed to chill out.
That sounds like, and that was just near the beginning of the
Yeah,
tour.
and then
Since then,
thankfully no problems
Okay.
since.
Yeah, it's been good.
One almost overheat in Arizona because
and
it
it
was
was
like 50
so
degrees.
It's the same van. It's that same
Same
caravan
van.
that's
Wow.
rolling you now. All right.
It's alive. We made obituary van T-shirts that we don't have any left right now, but yeah, it's somehow.
It almost
survived.
felt like a bad omen to do
It really did.
like
'cause,
Sham Van obituary
we
tees.
bought that or we made that shirt with a van smoking on it, and the van didn't smoke. It was just a broken transmission. And that ended up
And
actually
then it
happening.
oh my god, oh shit.
Definitely cursed.
I wish I didn't put the flat tire on the t-shirt because that.
oh
that
yeah, 'cause that's bound to happen next. That's the next problem.
well, yeah. You also put like a devil inside the car on the t-shirt, so I don't know if
A devil.
that's gonna be. But
that might happen.
when that problem occurs, we'll deal
Starting
with
to
it.
smell a
That's
few
another
problems.
issue.
That's another thing you've learned from now, right? We won't repeat
Or
that.
has it already happened?
So tonight you're playing a pretty quick, just like nonstop set, tight 35.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's about as perfect as it can be while still allowing yourselves some leeway.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see what breaks tonight.
the thing with the perfection thing again, going back to like we've realized there's so many imperfections that we've just learned to roll with.
Yeah,
Such as I tend to break a guitar string every night.
yeah.
God, I shouldn't have said that because now it's gonna happen again.
It's gonna happen anyways, whether you say it or not. It's gonna happen.
Why is that? You're just playing way too hard, or what?
Yes.
Okay, yes. The answer is yes.
That's a cool answer.
Yeah. I just rip too hard. It's not because I play $100 guitar.
Well, no, I'm excited to see a string break. The potential for it to happen, anyways.
I mean, yeah, it's
And how, like, early in the set, late in the set, how much into this 35? How, like,
it's usually the first song.
okay.
Oh wow, shit. Okay. Now we got to break down. You guys are just used to filling the space for a minute, or is it just a
Yeah.
quick guitar swap?
Well, that's the thing that's hard with it is that most of the time it works out great because I think because we get bored really easily and we play one show usually and then we're like, oh, we want to do something new and we want
Right.
to change the setup. Anytime something like that happens, it gives us, honestly not too much time because Corey can change a string pretty damn fast. So it's like we'll have a minute where we can do something and we're not really like talking on stage bantery kind of people.
Yeah.
So it's always just like a time to improvise, which is so nice. Especially being on the road for a while because we haven't been able to write as much or be like, just even rehearse. So it's like, so just to be able to jam is
Yeah.
always exciting. So it's kind of cool when that happens as well.
Was it you who had the quote about not just wanting to play to white male punks?
I don't know if I think it might have been you.
Was it you, Cole?
Shared mentality.
It's
It's kinda all of
that
us,
exact
yeah.
line I feel like was maybe you, but yeah, we are all on the same page.
And
about
that's
that,
that's mostly from experience playing in the GTA or Toronto specifically.
I mean, it was your quote.
Was it me? I mean, yeah, I think it's just like, a lot of traditionally the punk scene or like, it's just rock and roll scene in Ontario, Southern Ontario. It's often predominantly white people coming out and like, but it's funny because like it's something we talk about a lot and it doesn't have to be that way. Like there's so much crossover between different genres and different communities that like punk isn't just, it's not just for like fucking suburban white kids.
Fuck
like
no.
that's not what it's about, you
No.
know? Like there's so much more to it. And we don't want that. Like we want to play with other people and speak to other people and like just it's I don't want that shit. I want to.
And is that something? Do you like let it just kind of organically happen and hopefully it appeals, or do you guys specifically go, let's write about this topic or let's tackle this that might appeal to?
Yeah,
a
I
wider
mean,
demographic?
I think a lot of like stuff that we write about, it's
100%.
organic. Yeah, but
Cool,
like
yeah.
it's all stuff that we all kind of, agree with. It's not something like we're not sitting here being like, oh, we have to hit these demographics or some shit like that. Like it's all stuff that we all believe in,
Yeah.
and it just happens that like a lot of the shit we talk about is the same stuff that hip hop groups talk about, and like whatever the fuck. Like I don't know. It's just like punk should be for the people. It's for the people, and no matter who you are, and we just I don't know.
Well, I would argue that more white people should be taking a harder look at the cops.
Oh fuck yeah, they
with this
should.
blue mob.
That's true.
I think I was one of those douchey white dudes that years ago would say, "I've never had a problem with a cop before." You know what I
What's
mean?
everybody so mad about?
And then plaque protection. I mean, more people should be focusing on that sort of class division, that protection from the elites, right? So. I think what you guys are striving for in that sense with your messaging as well, and even the music is approachable too. So I hope you get that. I hope you realize your dreams of not just playing to a cis white male.
Fuck, we hope so. Yeah, I mean, like, and that's the thing is like, we are just a bunch of cis white males playing songs about fuck the cops, and it's kind of like, but like, I do at least hope by us speaking about this and like trying to talk about it, at least we can maybe get some other boring white dudes be like, what? If these guys can talk about it, then maybe I should listen, because it is ultimately up to us straight-ish white guys, whatever the fuck you want to call it, just us dudes to
Privilege.
be like just privileged white dudes
Yeah.
to get the other privileged white dudes to check themselves,
Yeah.
and that's something that we want to try to work on. So
No, I appreciate it. I think you guys are doing it quite well. Quite well. I would urge anyone listening to zone in on the lyrics specifically, because it's definitely worth a look, for sure.
What do you think hooks people in first, the music or the lyrics? What would you hope would get people dialed in first?
I mean, I think that the music, and especially with our live performance, that it's almost like the message is in the lyrics consciously. You're going to pick up on that and be able to like digest it and understand it. And the music is affecting the subconscious, where it is like that when we're like, the lyrics are angry and they're, but they're also like very tongue in cheek. And it's like, I don't know, you cover kind of both sides of that. But the music, I hope, gives you a shit ton of energy and you don't know where to put it. And then you have the lyrics to be like, oh, okay, this is like, it's this whole thing that works together.
Yeah, I think like the actual answer to that is like, the thing that we want people to hear, we want people to see our live performances.
Yeah.
That's our goal. That's where we thrive, I think. Oh, I'm talking us.
that's bad home
The string on your guitar just broke. You're not even anywhere near it right now.
Go do my stretches.
Well, that being said, you guys are getting close to set time, so we really thank you for making the time. Again, the EP is fucking awesome. Well done. And I mean, the fact that I've been listening to that EP for so a long time, and finally now to get to see it live is pretty exciting. So no pressure.
Yeah, I hope we don't fuck it up.
You'll be good.
And looking forward for more.
Yeah. More when? 23?
Yeah, beginning in 23.
All right, cool. Q1.
Holding us to it.
Yeah, it's on tape now. We've already determined we can't get rid of it now.
All right,
Like a
thank
good
you
deadline.
so much for hanging out, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.